Hi everyone, welcome to Craft and Unwind Friday. I'm just going to give it a few minutes, let people join in. Today I'm celebrating Altenew's August release and just creating with the August release. That was something that came out yesterday. So I'm sure you've seen samples on the website, on social media, and we'll just take a look at that. Let me know which is your favorite product from the release and what are you liking the most. Hi, Sue. And apart from that, there is a $5 coupon code. So that's Aditi 5 off, and that is $5 off on orders of $55 or more. So the details are in the description box as well as here in the comments and the link as well. Hi Pam, hi Scissor Sprite. I am sorry, I don't know your name, so I'm just using your YouTube handle. But yes, another Friday, another craft and unwind session where I'm going to be playing with the August release products. Have you already got in your hands? Have you pre ordered something? Have you ordered and waiting for your package? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Or maybe you've taken the August class, so you have some products as part of the class kit. I would love to know what your favorite product from the release is. So today we have the Altenew release that's gone live. We also have the Alex Siberia release that has gone live. And I am just talking about the lovely puny corners. Of course, there are some cute critters and things like that in that release. So you can check out the puny corners. I have just posted a link right here. You have, okay, hi, Anne. You have the products from the August class. That is interesting. I have taught two cards in the August class, the interactive cards. That should be fun as well. So, what I am going to do is switch right here to my desk view and the art treasures dies. Yes. So, since you mentioned that, Pam, maybe I will pull out the sample I created with that die. So that's the Art Treasures die set. And hi Kay Freeman, hello. So this is going to be my class. Okay, just give me a second. Something is off with my, yeah, there you go. So this is going to be a class on September 19th. It's not yet listed on my website, but I will list it. And this will be a free class, part of my annual free birthday class. So my birthday is on the 20th of September. And around my birthday, whichever Saturday it is, I do a free class. And it's just a tradition I've been following. So this September 19th is a Saturday. This is going to be the free class with the Art Treasures die set and just some loose watercoloring and a nice artsy scene celebrating our love for creating. Absolutely love that palette, which is like the petal palette there. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Jenny. Yes, yes. It's my tradition. I always do it every year. So continuing that on. So that's the Art Treasures set. And then this one is the Mountain Peaks with the aerial cable car. And I have one more with the Mountain Peak stencil, but paired with the Breezy Day kites. So two different scenes, different color combinations, the same stencil set, but different die cut elements. So just ideas. Also, these sentiments are from the One Go solid circular sentiments press plate and die set. So that's the product. That's the press plate and One Go die set. So basically, in one go, you're able to press all the sentiments, and then using this single die, you're able to cut out all the sentiments. So that is a look at that. And then this is the Let's Scoot die paired with the Breezy Day kites. That's seen there. And it's not visible on the camera, but I used the canvas texture press plate, but tone on tone. So I just pressed it on black cardstock to get an impression, a textured background. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So that is with that. And then this one, now here, I have paired quite a lot of products. So again, on this one, you can see the texture from that canvas press plate. And then I've used the A2 panels die set, classic A2 panels die set there. And then we have this tiny, adorable little stencil, which comes with 3 different flower compositions, 3 floral clusters. And I've used all 3 to create a continuous scene. Yes, Angelique, it is a bigger plate. I love that about it. And it is a very versatile plate, can be used for multiple cards. So that is that. And then this is the farm stand, the rural farm stand paired with the scooter. Now, this is part of the video hop. So the video hop is already live too on my channel. It was today, it's just overlapping. So maybe after you've done watching, staying here during the live with me, you can go back on my channel and watch that video, which is part of the video hop where I'm creating with these 2 products. Hi, Hannah. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. So that's about my samples using the release products. However, I do have some samples with the subscription product. So this one is Build a Garden, and I created one A2 card and then one slimline. So this one, but same color palette. 2 different looks. This one is with the stamp. This one is without the stamp. Yes, Jenny, thank you. I am excited about tomorrow's class as well. Now this is with the cone flower, craft a flower die. So that is with that. And then let's see. This one is the Craft Your Life project kit. Painterly Perfection. So here I've used the embossing folder and the stamp cluster. Here I've used the stencil set. Hi, BK Chester. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then the lemon tree. That is the one with that. Thank you, Angelique. Soon. I'm sure you will get to it soon. And this one is the Mini Delight Popsicles. I created a color block style card. So it's color blocking. It's called color blocking, where I've used 3 major colors on my background and then brought them on the popsicles as well, but offset them and just create. I like, thanks for being so sweet. I like that sentiment as well. And then I've heat embossed with gold over these 2. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Angelique. Hi, Geraldine. No worries. No worries at all. So today I wanted to play with the Mountain Peak stencil as well as the Painterly Perfection stencil, because both of these are gorgeous. The scenes are really pretty. What I have done here is I have embossed a piece with the Painterly Perfection embossing folder, and I love how tactile that is. The texture, again, a very versatile embossing folder just for that texture. Look at that. I love it. And this is on white cardstock. So let's start with that one. And I am going to pull out my mat right here. That is better. Oh, yes, that stencil set is so pretty. So I wanted to do it. It was featured on Alt News channel as a part of the Alt New Educators stencil stories hop. My card using one other card combination, another color combination using the same stencil, and today will be a third color combination. So we shall see. And I'm breaking into a new sticky mat today. Hi, Karen. So, what I wanted to do was I wanted to use this embossed panel and then stencil with the mountain peaks over it to give my mountain peaks a textured look. That was the idea I had in mind. Something I wanted to try and I wasn't able to earlier. So I decided I could do that during the live today. Now we have four stencils and then we also have the stencil mask. And it's very handy because you can use the mask and create peaks at different levels. It is clean, Angelique. I just unboxed it and opened it and pulled it out. So it is absolutely clean. So what I want to do is today for this card I want to create my peaks on the left. For these two cards that I showed you earlier, I've had the peaks more to the right side. So this one, of course, landscape, it's more to the right side, and this one is more center. Today I don't know, maybe I'll end up with something similar to that. We shall see. Is there a difference between the first embossed? No, there is no difference, Angelique. You can emboss it after stenciling too. It's just that after stenciling, the embossing texture will stay up on all the layers of the ink. But here, when I've embossed it first, you will see how the ink will be a little lighter on the debossed areas and darker on the embossed areas. And I think it'll highlight the texture of the mountain peaks even more. So just with that idea in mind. So a tiny portion of the peak first is what I want right here. And let's pull out some colors. Now today for the peaks I decided to mix a few colors. I want to start off with pink pearl. Hi Carrie, good to see you here. Text. Sorry, BK Chester, I don't think I understood which text. Text. Oh, the texture of the embossing folder. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yes. So, okay, and Carrie has created some lovely samples with the August release. Do check them out as she's posting them on her social media channel. They are gorgeous. So, the base layer with my mini blending brush, almost not wanting to go over on the sticky mat. I'm having, I don't know what the word is. I'm Just freaking out a little bit with color coming on my new sticky mat. Always happens when you pull out the new one. When it's already pink, it doesn't matter, but when it's a new one, it really matters. So that little peak right there, and now I can use my mask. Hi, Jane. Good to just have you here, even though you're watching while you're working. I'm going to bring it lower, maybe. Then I will be, I think I will have some, at least three peaks going on here. So I'm going to go a little lower than this one at the bottom. Yes, I love that they included the mask. Yes, Anjali, exactly that. And when I'm working with this stencil, I have to say, I prefer inking up each stencil at this, like, at one go. So I like having the base of the peaks in place before I go ahead and add other layers, because then it's just the same ink color is out and I'm inking at once. I'm leaving the mask on here itself, but placing the peak now higher. And right here, although I don't have the mask, I will just be careful as I ink it. So I'll actually first just ink on this corner, the bottom corner, and then the top, and then I can shift my mask. Or I can just be careful around that, making sure it's lighter. And here, I don't want this edge, I don't want that peak to be cut off. So what I'm going to do is lift it and just ink blend in that remaining portion. So that way, that peak is in the background, and just look at that. You can't really tell right now, but as I start adding the detailed layers, it will begin to come to life. So pink pearl is done, and then next is coral bliss. So I am using the Tea Party ink. Now I will update the supply list after I am done with the live today. I didn't have time to add all the products that I was going to use, so I decided that I will just update it later. Now I am finding the alignment for that first base peak, which is right here. Actually, what I'm going to do is put the mask there, and I will first ink this one. And let me pull out my blending brush, which is for a little bit darker pink. Oh, they are old colors. They are not new colors. Okay. The newer colors are very pretty too, and they are available in the full round size, and then you can order the mini pods. They are absolutely adorable. Has anybody seen those? The mini pods, new mini round ink pads instead of the standard mini cubes, and those are available on pre-order. Today I'm just using older colors, but there's plenty of inspiration on the website with the new colors as well. You see how the darker color stays on top of those embossed areas and enhances the texture, and I think it just adds a beautiful texture to our peaks. Now it's defined better, so I can go back in and just line this up, this particular peak. I am still finding the sweet spot for the alignment, which is just, since I went off right there. Okay. And it is texture, right? It is just going to add depth to the mountain peaks. I realized on my previous cards, I did mess up the alignment for a few peaks and it still worked out. It was not a big deal because the stencil is such. And then I am going to put the mask on there and then line up with the bigger peak. Just like that. And again, as I reach this peak, I'm going to make sure to be lighter, not overlap it, so that this one still stays in the background. I am actually wondering if yeah, see, you know what I did? When I was laying my mountain peak, I have laid the stencil reverse, right? So I can do that now. That's the reason why it was not lining up. And my inking is going the other way around. I will make it work. I am just going to still, for the second layer, just make sure that I can line it up as best as possible to add shading because I want the texture to move this way. So always remember you can use both sides of the stencil too. I've still made it work. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It is very easy to fussy cut and add layers. You do that all the time. I do that too. Like I use the back of the stencil, and then I realized I was just, I couldn't figure out why this was not lining up. Now I know. And I'm glad I embossed it because that itself is adding texture, and then the shading is adding another layer of texture. So it's working all out fine. So I am continuing on, but now this time I'm going to bring in a little bit of chamomile. I am mixing colors and I'm going to ink blend with chamomile, and I am just switching to a micro blending brush. I agree. Reversing the stencil images and creating a mirror image, that is another fun technique. So on this pink, when I add chamomile, just that shade of orange, yellow orange, it adds light to our mountain peaks. I haven't used the mask, but that's because I know the portion, that region, and I am just going around it. And I'm not covering the entire stencil region with it. This yellow, the chamomile color, I'm mostly bringing at the edges inwards to create that light on my mountain peaks. That's about it. Just like that. And that shading and texture, it just adds more interest. So I'm going to do that on here as well. Actually going to just add that to blend it in. So I'm using the front and then the back of the stencil to blend in a little color, going without the stencil at a few areas. And that's what I mean by possibilities. There is so much that we can do with just one set. And right here I am going to, this is where it ends, but I'm extending it to bring it right there, just like that. Now look at it. I think, okay, yes, with such stencils where it's just a scene, it's a floral stencil. If you're using the reverse, then I would say use all the layers as reverse if you're relatively new to it. Thank you. I am glad that you're liking these colors. And now on this, I'm going to go back to Heartbeat from the Tea Party set to just add that deeper, darker tone. So pulling my blending brush for the red, and I will start with this peak right here, which is in the front. Just going to do this one first, the one I started off with. Thank you, Hannah. I am glad. I am glad to hear that. Today, because this was a live, I thought it would be nice to show you some different color combination. Just experiments. Always good to switch things up. I mean, if you're using the stencil for the first time, definitely use inks from one color family first. However, I always encourage everybody to mix your colors, mix your inks, and see what results you get. Look at that heartbeat over that texture, over that light I added on the previous layer, and it just creates that natural texture. Exactly what I was thinking about when I started out. So I'm just going back and forth with the stencil, deciding where I want to add the darker tone. So I don't even have to go all along, just a little bit, because that is how the mountain peaks are, right? And then I'll flip it and I will come right here. Just that much. And I think that's about it. That is all it needs. The depth, the texture, yes. A lot of depth, exactly. Hi, hello, Elizabeth. Yes, that was what I had in mind. And for this, then I don't really need anything else, right? I like how the peaks are doing all the talking, all the work, and this card needs nothing. You could add splatter if you want to. And I have some of those, one go solid circular sentiments left. Let me just see which one I would like to use. There is take care for you. This is nice, a big one. And right there, I could use it right there. Hope you have an amazing day. I could also just add it right here. This could be the sun with the sentiment, although it's black, but just see how even that pop in the white space changes things. I prefer it right here on my mountain peaks, leaving this white space. And I'm just bringing it up for you to see that texture with the white is just creating nice breathing space for the mountain peaks. Yes, Angelique, exactly. So if you would have embossed it after stenciling it, like I said, the embossed texture would sit on top. However, when you ink blend later, you get the ink, showing through on the embossed region slightly more. Debossed regions, it just gets trapped in. And I think it just looks so natural, like all of that texture and shading. It worked. I'm just reading. Thank you, Carrie. I'm just reading what Geraldine has said. So, 7,000 feet mountain that looks a bit like the stencil. Oh, wow. Wow. That is huge. So, that's my first one with the new release. And then the painterly perfection. Let's get into it. So, today is about layered stencils. Now, this is more of a full blown scene, right? That was just the mountain peaks. This one we have several layers, and we have each layer with a color, and so much that can be done. You start off with, in this case here where I showed you, I chose to keep yellow and orange for the foliage, the trees, the grass, and then I brought in the gray, blue gray for the water, the clouds, the sky, that sort of thing. Pam, when the mountains turn pink, it's time to drink. I like that saying. My mountains have turned pink, Pam, right here. So let me just pull out another. Now for this, let's see. Okay, I am using a smaller panel. This is 4 by 5 1/4 instead of a full A2 panel. Or I could actually, I'm just going to use a full panel instead of a smaller one, instead of matting today. So the first stencil. Now it's a 6 by 6 stencil, so you decide how much of which element you want visible more on your scene. Today I am just going to have more of the foliage, the trees, and that visible. So I'm just placing the stencil accordingly. And the first 3 layers, so they in the sample, it's 3 shades of green. Oh, nice. That is nice, Angelique. Oh, interesting, Geraldine. So instead of, let me now check. I've already done yellows for that. And in the card that I share on the reel, I will be posting that to my Instagram the coming week. I used shades of pink for the foliage. So today, let me see. Let me maybe just stick to greens for this one. But start with limeade. It's a different color family, more lime and fresh greens. I like that. Maybe changing gears with the greens here. Let's see what we come up with. Everybody wants to visit Geraldine. So I'm starting with limeade for this first layer. And this stencil set 2 layer by layer, it is just it is just gorgeous the way the scene comes to life, and the whole designing process behind it, the way it's thought out, it amazes me. Angelique says Netherlands is as flat as it can be. Now its foliage, I am not too worried about my blending being smooth. Even if it's a little patchy, it works. It's grass. And then there are so many more layers that are going to come on top of it. Oh, I hope you're all safe, Angelique. I hope everybody's safe. Even those wildfires in Spain have been really crazy. No, Jenny, no, not this one. We are using Windows to stillness. That's a different scene. That is a different set. On to stencil number two, just lining up with the tree trunks. That was the previous month's Craft Your Life project kit. Yes, I agree. I agree. The designing and just watching each layer come to life is magical. So next is lime. Limeade is a nice light lime, and then the lime actually brings in that green to that yellowy limeade. I will, after I'm done with this, I am going to show the class cards once. A set like this, you need nothing else. Even the mountain scene I showed you, the aerial cable cars fit right into the scene like I did with my sample. However, just the peaks themselves too work very well. Yes, stay safe. With all that's happening in the world, just everybody stay safe. Hi, Susan. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I do lives every Friday, and then I have workshops every other Saturday. You can always watch the replay. So after the live ends, the same link, you can watch the replay to see I created this card, the Mountain Peaks card, the first one. And then now I'm on to stencil number three. And just lining that up. And I'm sticking to the same color family, Whispering Woodland, using the three greens from this family for the first three stencil layers. This is more of, so that scene that I showed you, my sample card, this one is more of an autumn vibe. And then the one I did for the reel hop, I should have brought that card. I don't know why I didn't. But um, that has more of a spring vibe with pink trees. And this today is more of a summer vibe. So you see how one single stencil set, just by changing your color combinations, you can create different moods. Good, Jenny. I am glad that you figured out. You better check the homework. There is a lot of die cutting homework that you need to do for the class. So I am glad that you figured out the set today. Yes. My nephew is here, and he is the one you can hear in the background babbling. Yes, he's very curious to see the scene that is coming on here. Okay. He wants to ink blend, is what he's saying. There you go. Hi. Yes, baby. This, okay, yes. He is going to ink blend with me. Wait, wait, wait. Wait. Come here. Babit, come here. Okay. Wait. Yes, wait. Okay, let me line it up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let's line it up. Wait, yes, we will do. We will do. You will do it, yes. He is, Pam, he will be 2 in December. He will turn 2 in December. Okay, let's choose. Wait, let's choose our color first. Uh, for our water. So the now next for the sky and the water, we need. Wait. Let's remove blues. Okay. Yeah, blue. Yes, blue. Now I don't have blue handy here, so I am actually going to change things up and let's see. Let's bring in pink. Okay, let's do pink. Yes, so I'm going back to pink pearl and I will. He has clearly taken, yeah, he has taken over my desk. This, okay, this, okay. And so now this card is going to be completed by him. Yes, pink, Angelique. Pink works. I couldn't find my blue right now. Being a little distracted, but you can see pink is working fine. Yes, ink blend. Are you having fun? Future card maker, yes. Carrie, he loves the supplies. He loves the blending brushes the most. This, okay, this. This, yay, this. Yes, this. Adam, thank you. Okay, he's saying we're done with this color now. And wait, no, next pink color. This, okay? Yes, pink. Wait. Now let's line this up. Okay, wait. Patience. And this, okay, again, is our stencil inverted? No, yeah, okay, this way. First, let's line it up like this, okay? Now this here. Next, please. That is true. He's even before I am done, he is done. He is already on to next. No, next. First, finish this. Let's finish this so we can have a nice scene. Okay? Die cutting. Oh wow. He does try to crank the die cut machine too, but yeah, I keep it away. It's okay, done. Come. Let's go. Come. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. No worries. You can always watch it back on replay. And almost done. He's no, 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 no. Wait, wait, wait. Let's clean. Wipe. So coral bliss, and we have pink pearl. Yes, last one. Okay, last one. Wait, take a round, then come. So I'm just going to check and see everything is inked up. And let me see. I am just going back to the previous stencil, the lighter pink, because he called it done before I could really check. But yeah, that was done. Okay, that was done. And now the last stencil. So the pink water, the green there looks good. I think time to bring a little yellow back into the scene. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Aram. So let's line this up. So there are etched markings that help line up all the layers and add the remaining layers. So I'm just lining it up with the trees right there, and then it all falls in place. I am bringing sun ray now to add a little yellow to our sky. And it's a very light shade. I think it'll just add so much more with all that pink and green. Just like that. Oh, it does. Look at that. That looks so pretty. And I just want to bring this back and see how this was also the same pinks and yellow, but the look is so different when you add shades of green to this with the same pink and yellow. So this stencil there. So now we have a completely different look. It's hard to tell it's the same stencil, but just by changing colors, this is more of a bold fall look. This is more of a soft summery look. And that card, which I regret not bringing, had more pink and blue. That was more of a spring look. So again, here, I still have this "We Miss You" is something I can add right there, bringing in the black with the same sentiment. So I think just with the stencils and a sentiment, there is so much that can be done, right? And any card that you'd like to see again from the samples I showed you, I will just show the workshop card. So this is what Jenny, these are the cards we're creating in tomorrow's workshop. The sunset scenes. This is with the windows to stillness. This one. these three cards. So we'll be creating these three cards. There is plenty of die cutting work to be done. So I would say get that done. And then my class on August 22nd again is a trio of cards. So that's one stencil background with one mega die. Those are the three cards. And this is a free class as well. That's on August 22nd. So three cards, and this is more of a soft Victorian shabby chic kind of look. This is on 5th of September, the framed in florals, creating focal elements but in the form of a frame with our flowers. Now this is the Build a Garden Blossoming Trio, again a set from last month. And then the card I showed you for September 19th will be this, with the Art Treasures die set that was released this month, just yesterday. That's the scene we'll be creating. A mini painting here with that. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is not too late. Do you want to join tomorrow's workshop? It's not late at all. I can, give me a second. I will grab the link if you want to. Are you talking about tomorrow's workshop? Let me know if that's the one you are referring to. Let me grab the link meanwhile. Jenny, the classes for August 22nd and September 5th are already listed. And September 19th, I will be filling it up. September 19th and October 3rd, I will be filling it up over this weekend. So Christelle, I don't know which workshop you're referring to, but I've just posted the link to the workshop, which is tomorrow. What I'm going to do is just post a link to my class platform itself so that you can explore all the courses right there. So you can sign up, Crystal. It's just that the discount code will not be valid anymore. However, as soon as you sign up, I will send you the prep work, the supplies I'm using, so you can die cut and you can join the workshop tomorrow. It's the same time, 12 noon Eastern time, and it will be held on Zoom. And I just want to also mention, so let me just switch to my face view here. I also want to mention that when you sign up for the first time on my website, if you're using a credit card for international transactions, sometimes the bank has some issues, so you need to contact them and let them know that you are authorizing the payment, and then after that it works. And if you're using PayPal, it's smooth, there is no worries. However, for some reason, if you are not able to go through the transaction, you can just send me an email. You can do a direct PayPal and I can manually add you to the class. So Crystal, you can sign up for tomorrow's class, and as soon as you do, I will send you the prep work and the Zoom link will be shared as well. And all the other classes are listed on the website, Jenny. I will be updating the end of September and October ones soon, by the end of this week. And again, this coupon code for Altenew, the $5 off, is valid just for this weekend. It expires on Sunday. So if you're planning to get the new release, you could use that coupon code. Hi, Janet. I am just about wrapping up, so you can watch the replay. I created 2 cards just using stencils, so I hope you enjoy watching the replay. So I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow in the class, and those of you who are not in class, I will see you here on the chat next Friday. And next Friday, I will be creating with Alex Iberia's new release. That's the Peony Corners. I've posted something today, so I will be creating with that next Friday. So on that note, everybody have a great weekend and have a great week ahead as well. I will see some of you tomorrow and some of you next Friday. Bye bye.